up, everybody? Welcome to Non-Fungible Guys. All right, okay. This is a podcast about NFTs, cryptocurrency, the blockchain, and everything in between. This is a Web3 podcast. I'm your host, Devon C. Codrington, a.k.a. Interstellar on Twitter and in Discord whenever I'm in there. I'm the only host on the podcast. No, I'm just joking. Okay, Ryan, what's up?
What's going on, everyone? I'm NFG Ryan, and Devon's just getting right to it. He didn't even wine and dine you. He's just like, hey, I'm a Web3 podcaster.
Yeah, just
listen to me.
All day, by myself.
What's going on, buddy? We're finally back in studio, face-to-face, not on Zoom.
Yeah, this is crazy. So much so that we had to reassemble the studio because Ryan dismantled it.
I did put everything away.
He literally set up his home theater here, and he was just like, yeah, he's not coming back.
Yeah, we were watching Star Wars, me and the little guy.
Nice. Good choice. Which one?
I went in order.
Oh, so you're starting...
episode 1.
What do you think? Wait, you've seen them. Wait, had you not seen them?
I had not seen them. I'm not a Star Wars guy at all, or a Star Trek guy. I'm not a nerd.
But how is the little guy a Star Wars fan then?
I don't know. I guess because he sees, like, he says Baby Yoda, which is not the actual. It's like Grogu or Goku.
Grogu, yeah.
Grogu, something.
From The Mandalorian?
Yeah, exactly.
No big deal. I'm not a fan. I don't know.
He sees it everywhere. So when we went to Disney, he got a lightsaber.
Yeah.
It's a saver, however people say it.
No, oh my God.
Lightsaber.
You're joking.
I am joking.
Cool.
But no, he just, I don't know, he shows interest in it. So I was like, let's start watching it then. So we got 3 episodes done. But I realized, I guess, episode 3 kind of ruins the whole Luke, I am your father scenario that the 80s, the OGs got to enjoy.
Yeah, that would have been a big time. I mean, if you didn't see it at the time, then you knew. So it's all right. You know, no big deal.
I mean, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah. So
you know what I usually do? I sit in the back row of the little theater I got set up.
Yeah.
He sits with the other kid at the front eating popcorn, and I do stuff on the laptop. So I'm watching, but I'm not watching.
So
I'm spending time with the kids.
Do you like it?
It's all right. It's still not for me, but whatever.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting because so many people hate those first 3 episodes, and I love them all.
To be honest, I could see, because it was early 2000s when those ones came out, right?
Yeah.
I could see the graphics are terrible in some of the scenes and stuff, but like
it's interesting.
It
didn't age well, but for the time I was like, this is great.
Yeah. I could see the parts where people would like cheer in the theater, or like Homeboy was a Darth Maul.
Yeah.
Has you go and then the other side.
Yeah.
People
like,
people,
whoa!
I could see the points of interest for everyone, but whatever.
Your little guy looks like a version of young Anakin, the pod racer guy.
Yeah, I guess.
All right.
I was like, I'm going to play dead here. I'm going to see how long you let it go. So dumb. Okay, so that's our movie corner. We should start doing that because...
Movies and food.
Speaking of movies, actually.
Nice.
Ask me what I did this week. Since it's like, we've had like 7 interviews in a row, so...
That's true. We haven't been here, and I haven't asked you that in a while. So what did you get up to these past 7 weeks? 5 weeks.
You think 5? Let's go. I'll count it right now. 1.
Darn it. I'm slow to the game.
2, 3.
Oh, wait.
83 was us. No, 82 or 83. So 4 weeks.
What was 83? 83. Oh, that was us?
There's no name with it.
How did we not name this?
I don't know, because 80...
You know why? It's because Blitz was there. So 83 is not it.
Oh, okay. So 82.
So 82.
5 weeks.
But that was not in person?
No. We haven't been in person in a while. But Charlie Chaplin, I minted the new cast. Released their movie NFT.
Damn it. You know what? I'm mad at you because you be saving stuff that you know is exciting to me to like drop on the podcast. Like,
you could have the NFT.
No, it's not about, it's just like you're probably like, I'm going to mint this and you're not going to tell me until we're here. And I'm like, damn it. Why didn't I know about that?
Well, you could see it in the show notes.
Really?
I mean, I minted the Charlie Chaplin. I haven't even actually watched it, so you're probably even mad.
Where did you? At the bottom.
Yeah,
gotcha.
I hit it there.
My bad.
So... Charlie, the new cast released, I guess it's a movie or like a collection of Charlie Chaplin. What's it called? My Life, or shoot, hold on.
So this isn't a movie. There's not a movie of his that they dropped.
It's streaming. It's a movie. It's called Charlie Chaplin Making a Living. I think it was like his first ever film he released or something. I don't have the backstory. Sorry, folks, but I minted that just because we were talking movies. last little while. Old Money, I did the MX bill, which I wanted to do. I didn't really want to. I want to mint another one, but I wanted to keep the ADA to do. I wanted to let you see the minting process.
I was curious about that.
Did you? Okay, we'll have to watch F35ers. They did a live mint. Yeah. You got to watch that. It's like a good 5-minute mint. Like you got to go through clicking buttons, pressing buttons, writing stuff. Like it's a fun mint. What else? The Irrational Geography.
I have not heard of that.
Dilly was promoted. I think Dilly and a couple members in Old Money, like National I can't even say it. National Geography. It's this one's Irrational. You can read it.
Oh, Irrational Geographic?
Yeah, No. Oh, yeah, I wrote Geography on here. Geographic, sorry.
I'm a nature guy, so you know I'd have
I'm an idiot.
Lockdown.
Stupid autocorrect got me.
It's all good.
Anyways, so yeah, I minted that. What else? I got to give a shout out to Tommy from Undead Space Ape. He hooked me up with my an NFT. He had reached out to me, telling me to open a. Who was it that showed me? Oh, James. He told me how to say his name. Kasuki. Remember what it was? He, after we did the episode where I butchered,
tell you what it was?
He told me, but we talk a lot, so I ended up burying it in our DMs. I should have pinned it. But he told me, hey, go check out this project. It's actually a Chronos. Cronos. Chronos, right? It's on their blockchain. So I finally I ended up getting an Undead Space Ape.
Okay.
Gifted. So that's my first Chronos NFT. So I'm going to have to fart around on that blockchain now. Go check them out.
Chronos.org.
What else did I get? I got Sean from our stake pool.
Yep.
I won one of his contests, and he
A3C.
and he hooked me up with Dr. Doolittle Book.io NFT.
Oh yeah, I did see that in your wallet. I was peeking around there.
You're peeking in my wallet?
Yeah, I do that sometimes. Ooh. I got my secrets too.
All right. I got airdropped a PvP pass from Project Venkman. So it's like the utility for their pass was packaged with the last 100 sale of NFTs that they had, the Bill Murray ones.
Yep.
So the project, so they gave it to active Discord users and loyal NFT holders. So I ended up signing up. I won one of the passes. They airdropped it to me, and it gives utilities like exclusive merch, allow lists when they have them, and oh my god, what's the other thing? I just tweeted it out too. There's one more thing, but I can't think of it right now.
All good.
What have you been up to?
You tell me. Most of the time, everything I've done has been connected to your Web3 endeavors.
Yes, you creeped my wallet.
Yeah, realistically, the most important thing in my universe was the Ben FT writer's room storyboard creation kind of thing that we hopped into.
We both did that. Yeah, we claimed our script.
That was a big deal.
Script token.
Big deal. Like we haven't talked about that in a while, but like Ben Mesrick was on our podcast episode something. I don't know, 70 something. Maybe no, earlier than that.
I'll look it up while you're talking.
47. Who knows? But yeah, Ben Mesrick, author of The Social Network, 21, that became Overnight Billionaires. That became, The Social Network, and the movie 21 with Kevin Spacey, et cetera, et cetera. He's got his NFT project. We're full holders of that right now. He's writing a screenplay that's going to become, that he's then going to show around to a bunch of producers. And he's like, it was really interesting the way he talked in the session. So it was a Discord, I don't know.
It was like a Discord AMA, Discord voice chat together.
But yeah, Discord voice chat, but it was for him to give us an update on his writing and how it's going and what he really plans to do. And it was so crazy to hear him talk, be like, well, given where I am in my career, like if I write something and I write very fast, that, like if I can get it into the hands of top producers pretty easily, and one of them is going to pick it up. So the movie's getting made. And he's like, and if no one picks it up, which is unlikely, I'll make it myself. And so he's like, that whole writer's room meeting was like writer's room storyboarding meeting number 1, where we decide the plot of this film. Legit, for real. So there are 3 major ideas that he'd been able to settle in on. and I'm not going to talk about them now. I feel like we should keep that private. It's nothing's like spoilers or anything like that. It's just that I don't know. You have to you're in the
Discord. We're talking about the process. We don't need to talk about the actual story.
Yeah, we're in the Discord. It's the stories there. Like, we're going to leave it in there. But
it was a group think on.
Yeah, it's a group think. Oh, yeah. There was like 27 of us in there.
I popped in near the end.
Yeah, and it was crazy. It was like, with this idea, I'm thinking this. And he was like, okay, if you want to talk about it, raise your hand or whatever. Get on stage and talk. And he's like, what do you guys think about this? And then it was interesting because you could really see him going through his interview process of farming these, getting the ideas and the sentiment from people. And some of these peeps are like, go here, do this, check this out, follow this rabbit hole. And I plugged I plugged ourselves. You had already posted in the group about it, about the Bro and the Bright, same person. Spoiler.
Yeah.
The Bro Bright saga. And I was like, when you're thinking about, scammers of some sort and like identity switching and whatnot, because this is a story that's happened. So it was interesting to like reference stuff like that and then talk about it and him be like, oh, interesting idea. What about this, that? And I was like, yo, I know what you're thinking. You're like, are you going to talk about it?
Talk about what?
My microphone?
No, I wasn't going to bring it up at all, actually. I honestly wasn't going to bring it up.
Okay.
Nope.
Because I was thinking about that because, anyways, I had some microphone issues, but it was really cool because one of the ideas that we had talked about got kicked over there, and I don't know, who knows? And actually, Ann Papp's the producer's idea as well, which that idea is
kind of pivotal. It's in there, right?
It's like that's a big deal.
Yeah. So congrats to Paps.
NFG's IP. He's the producer. We all own that. We share it. That's a big deal though, because that's like, it's legit.
It's a good idea. I don't know if you noticed.
That was really freaking exciting for me.
9:40 a.m. there was another announcement talking all about and what to do for the next group thing.
Oh, cool. Because at the end he was like, because everyone was like, well, how do we help? And
they gave a whole kind of a breakdown of what they put screenplay ideas 1, 2, 3. Freedom of not having to stick to a real stuff like that, blend, just giving ideas.
They summarized it pretty well, right?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Like I said prior, we did claim our screenplay tokens, which gives us royalties on. Is it royalties or is it just a piece of the pie when the screenplay gets sold? If you
claim you can only get the token if you have all 3 of the collections, and then that token is your royalty ticket,
right,
when it's made and sold.
I honestly don't think I'll make my money back for buying all 3 because I had to buy on secondary because we were late to the project.
Right.
So by claiming I did get all 3. I got the set, got the screenplay token.
You did buy it a fair amount later though. You bought it in the fall?
I bought it like I bought the one right around the time we were interviewing him.
Yeah.
Episode 63 for anyone that wants to go check it out.
Good episode, one of our best.
Yes, for sure. And I bought the Bitcoin Billy at that time.
Okay.
And then within like the last month prior to like the claim window being the snapshot being taken, I bought the other 2. I was like, you know what, I can't miss out on this kind of cool.
So, but that snapshot was taken like a month or 2 ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a little while ago. So within the last 3 months, I finished my. You bought the set right after we interviewed him. You bought all.
When do I do that?
Never.
And it's also like, we've talked about this a little bit when it came to A3C and Sean was on, and it was like, I was actually surprised and also felt kind of supported why Sean was like, I don't know about NFTs. Screw it. I don't give a shit. I'm going to the stake pool. DeFi all the way. And I was like, whoa, take it easy, sir.
Yeah.
But we were not like shy about the fact that I'm only in certain projects and, no one's grinding anymore. No one's doing all that stuff. So it's like something like this that has massive utility, which we have talked about, then utility that means something to me, then sure. That's also why I care about Newcast and stuff, considering like the film alignment. So
wait, you do films? I had no idea.
Honestly, this has to be a thing now because that's what this podcast is about: films and food. NFTs, what?
Yeah,
yeah, really. Realistically,
that's our Patreon. That's our topics for Patreon. It is.
Yeah, the OnlyFans is going strong too, so don't forget.
For sure.
Yeah,
it's all about the process. That's all I'll say.
About the process. Okay, what else? Did I do anything else not this week, but in the past? Anything? Whitelist for Spark Lab, which is minting
May 1st.
Soon. May. I like the concept of Spark Lab as well as I understand it. Entry point.
Oh, I did. I was in. I guess have to give a shout out to the 2 Remark NFTs I'm in now.
Yes.
So I ended up winning a giveaway for Veil of Time. I got hooked on that game for 2.5 hours at work today.
Oh yeah.
I started playing it, so it gave me, for anyone that's played like old school Final Fantasy or like Nintendo Zelda and stuff, like where you're running around, open world map kind of thing. Yeah. It reminded me of that. The only downside is because I haven't looked into the project that deeply. I just don't know where the NFTs come into play. It's on Remark, so it's got the the resources and upgradables and all that NFTs owning NFTs. But it seemed like anything within the game that I was getting. So right now, because I won, they gave me a character NFT. I'm able to play the game before the public.
What is this called again?
Veil of Time.
Veil of Time, yes.
So
how did we? Why do I know this? Okay,
that's where I told us. We were one of the first few people in the Discord when they opened it.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that was my only thing. Is like I was playing the game. You're opening chests. You're fighting. You're playing. You get collecting stuff. You're collecting gold coins and stuff. And I was like, none of it is NFTs. So I'm curious how they play into the where's the character NFT come into play? Like, you know what I mean? Just like the whole integration with NFTs. Because right now, to me, it's just like I'm playing an old school Nintendo game. I'm having a blast. Don't get me wrong.
No, it seems really. I think we say it's strange because it's flipped on its head. But maybe we're just not used to. Usually someone's like, we're developing a game. This is the tokenomics. This is how it's going to work. This is your NFTs. It's equipable. It's this and that. And this is like they built the game and they're like, we have no idea the NFT integration. But that's how bigger companies do it, right?
I want to get them on. We'll talk with the founders or creators, whoever comes on. Early discussions, but I want to have them on. And I got to shout out the 2. So I was in the Remark. No, sorry, not Remark. Sorry, Everloot. After our Everloot, I've been hanging out in the Discord chatting, and I just happened to be asking someone like, "Hey, has anyone got any deals on secondary?" Because I was looking to buy into the project. I want to get into the project.
Yeah.
So I just got to go to my Twitter. But someone reached out and said, "Hey, what's your KSM, like my wallet address?" And I was like, I didn't understand. So I gave it to him. And the game
got hacked.
Yeah, I got hacked. They stole everything from me. No, they actually gifted me an Everloop character, like a player.
That's a big deal.
To me, it was a huge deal. I was like, that is crazy. I'm trying to find the tweet I said thanking everybody. Can you see it at all?
Nope, I'm not in Twitter right now. On something else.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Oh, the potential. Damn it. Sorry, everyone.
Okay, I'll vamp.
It was waving good, and so I got to find out who gave me the NFT, but one person gave me the NFT, and then the other person gave me a bunch of resources, like buckets of water and wood, to get me started. And I was like, oh.
Because you got to fish. Everloot's about the fishing.
Right, here it is. Sorry, I found the tweet. So it was Blocks Brandon and gifted me the NFT, so the character's name is Magnus Catcher.
Okay.
And then Waving Good hooked me up with the resources after. So I mean, like, I wasn't trying to get anything out of it. I was just in the Discord talking about the project and stuff, and I was like, oh, I got to go look on secondary to get into this project. So shout out to you guys. They both have Twitter, at Blocks Brandon and at Waving Good _.
Nice.
Shout out. Thank you very much to. I'm just going to assume their genders and say thank you guys. You never know in these trying times.
Honestly, you really would never know. This all digital Web3. Right. No idea what anything's going on.
Right. So, but that just goes to show how welcoming, especially the Everloop community was. But I mean, Veil of Time hooked me up with a giveaway too. Like, and everyone, it's like the old days of Cardano where everyone's like so welcoming and so like, I feel like that's how the Remark, because they're excited because EVM's coming.
Yes.
And that's why Everloot's offline right now, because they're waiting on all the EVM stuff to be compatible.
Gotcha.
So we're almost there. I think Everloot's I think they were supposed to be compatible and opened up by today or tomorrow.
On the cusp. It's cool.
Right.
Remark feels like, I guess it feels like early Cardano, like you're saying.
We're sounding like our early Cardano days, our Cardano days. Cardano days. I'm saying we sound because we're like such shills for Cardano.
when we were saying Cardano before we switched to the Dono.
Yeah, so now we're like shills for Remark. But you know what? The ecosystem of Ethereum and Polygon is going to wake up to see what EVM is all about and what Remark's all about, because once this compatibility is done, game over. I think NFTs could take off. Hopefully.
I'm very happy about the EVM and that, because Remark deserves its day.
Dude, gas fees are getting destroyed. I know. Are we going to release this in a couple weeks, I think?
I don't know what. Depends on maybe.
I guess we kind of have to, because our last episode we said.
Yeah.
So this will be. We're recording this. I mean, does it matter when?
It's going to be next week.
Yeah, so we're recording. It's the 19th. Mm-hmm. The Pepe
is back?
Yeah, the meme. Mm-hmm. They dropped a token, and people are going wild buying and trading it, and it's gas fees were like 130 guai, whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's wild. That Pepe is so riddled with like problem, because the alt-right tried to assume it for a while. Did you hear about that? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but like Pepe had been around for a while. I think that was like the height of it during COVID, when everyone was at home and really bored.
Yeah. It was that, and the dude sitting on the bed
with the face, the
huge cock guy.
Oh, that guy. Oh. I thought you,
Or is the other one, the big tall African dude where he's standing and holding it?
We're good.
Everyone, come on. If you didn't get that or give it to someone just to trick them into seeing it.
Bro, I'm so done with those, man.
No.
You would get the way it was packaged up.
The African dude.
The way it was packaged up.
Oh, you're watching a video and you're like, the one where it's Meet the Fockers, and
my god,
he hits the ashes off the fireplace, and you're like, what's going on? It hits the fireplace, and it's the guy, him standing there. It killed me. That one killed it.
There's so many of them where you'd be like, oh, what's this? And like you look and like and then it zooms and it's just him.
It's just him standing.
Or the one where it's a light switch. Anyways, forget it. Yeah. Anyways.
Good old early days of COVID.
Oh man, but that's never gonna die. You know that guy died.
The one on the bed.
Yeah,
he died. Yeah. Way to bring it down today. Yeah. Way to halt the episode.
Nothing brings that down.
Sorry, everyone.
He's always ready.
Let me pour a little out for the guy on the bed.
Pour a lot out.
So dumb. All right, so we kind of had a theme for the episode, but I think,
oh man,
like, how long have we been recording?
I don't know.
Like, it's been
20 minutes.
Awesome.
Anyways, I feel like we had other stuff that you had done or talked about.
There's a lot of stuff. Yeah, I can't remember it all. You want me to? What else did I have on here? Veil of Time, Dr. Doolittle, PvP.
Why don't we just talk about what we've been seeing? Like, I know we kind of mentioned it a little bit before.
Especially in Cardano, like Ada Ninja, I can't say what their new name is.
Denketsu.
Whatever they changed their name to. I'm sorry, Zushan. I can't remember the damn name.
Love you though.
But yeah, I mean, so they came out saying that they're moving to not moving, they're going cross chain.
Yeah,
and I want to say their fourth collection is going to be dropped on Polygon.
Yeah,
Chilled Kongs. I think they dropped Magic Kong, and now they're going to There's a bunch of Cardano projects that are seemingly going to Polygon. My theory is Cardano NFTs have kind of like dried up a little bit, and people aren't minting. And it's definitely a bear market there.
Yeah.
But because you can't say it's because of gas fees.
It's not.
There's no, like, dust is nothing in Cardano. I'm thinking it's just like they see Utes went to Polygon, and I think they see that the money is kind of over. Polygon is what is it on? A side chain of
Ethereum. But yeah, but it's its own thing. Like it's derived from Ethereum because it's architecture is based on the EVM, but it's its own blockchain, and it was called Matic first. Sorry,
I think a lot of people are flocking over there just because the money's over there.
Yeah,
there's no other I don't think the security is more better than.
So when you think about it, and I'm like, so first of all, like, you know me, I love my deep dive research.
Yes,
Polygon is freaking complicated. Like this shit gets deep. Yeah, and then I was also thinking that there's a lot. I don't even know how to start this one. So Polygon.
We're getting into Polygon.
We're going to talk about Polygon. So Matic is what it started as. That's the blockchain name when it started. It started as Matic, and it officially changed its name to Polygon in 2021. You would think it was like way earlier than that. But
when did Matic start? Like when
Matic actually, I think, started. They did an private coin offering in 2017.
Oh, okay, so early days.
Early days. And also, where did Matic start? Like, where do you think this is from? Like
layer 2 of Ethereum.
No, but I mean like probably like somewhere in the States or whatever.
Yeah,
Polygon's completely an Indian company.
Indian.
Yeah. Like, founders in Indian. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't know that. I think so. Polygon Technologies is the company that made Matic the blockchain, with the coin being Matic, designed as a layer 2 to Ethereum, designed as a scalability chain, because everyone is like, Ethereum's great, it's the best. Gas fees are way too expensive
on Ethereum. And they're like,
so
they tried to solve that by,
that's like there's like, you know how we talk about Polkadot and we're like, it's cool, it does this things, but then you realize you're like, wait a minute, Polkadot is like super technical,
very technical,
and then you don't really know what's happening. People are building cool stuff, but no one talks about the stuff. They just talk about the build with Polkadot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the
like,
parachain.
What's happening in Polkadot that's like cool? That's at end user. No idea.
Right.
No idea. It's just like super technical people.
I don't even know.
I don't know. But Polygon has like both camps. It's like pretty technical, but then there's all the front end stuff, because it can, it can basically do everything Ethereum can.
Right.
The whole thing with Ethereum being transaction, or what's the thing? Transactions per minute or something? How much it can do?
Oh, yeah.
There's a term for it. It's like
we talked about it when we talked about
TPM or
DGED.
something, or it's like Cardano can do, I don't know, like 2,000 or something. I don't have these numbers perfect.
Yeah, hold on. Let me, as you're talking,
yeah.
I'll look
So
it up.
Ethereum, like, it was like, okay, they can only do like something like less than 20 transactions per second, or it's TPS. That's the
transaction per second.
That's
yeah,
what it is. It's
Visa
like,
does like 100 or 1,000 or something.
It was like
TPS.
Visa could do something. Ethereum was like only being able to do like 16. Cardano could do, I don't know, like 2,000 or something. And then they're like, Polygon technically could scale up to like 6,500.
Right.
And that's why it's a scaling chain, because they're like, Ethereum can't. With Ethereum, they're like, some of the whole decentralized aspect of we want it for the people, everyone has access, et cetera, is kind of out the window, because Ethereum is basically pay to have your transaction go through. If you can afford the gas fees, you can jump the queue and send it through. Right. And that's part of, it's built into the model, right? And you know that, like,
yes,
shit get dropped, you lose your gas, or you're looking at it, you're like, I'm not going to put
fails,
it up.
Gone.
Right?
Gas money's gone. And
highest bidder gets it.
Yep. Fastest transaction.
Yeah.
It's not even highest bidder.
Yeah, that's true.
Set your advanced settings for gas and
and if you have the connection and machine that can handle that, you're winning, right?
Yep.
So they're like, well, we need Ethereum to scale because it's the future and we've got to. So there are what they call the scaling solutions, and Polygon's one of them. There are others too, but basically it's a side chain developed on its own based on EVM, and EVM is Ethereum Virtual Machine.
Yep.
Now that is basically, it's like that's the software that your computers are running, that the nodes are running. So when they built Polygon, they were like, we're going to take this Ethereum software and build another blockchain that is like a layer 2, actually a side chain. It works kind of back and forth with Ethereum, but it also doesn't have to if it doesn't want to.
It could
like,
just be
like Polygon is its own blockchain, and it's actually its own blockchains, because you can spin up your own chain and, tie it back to the Ethereum mainnet whenever you want. And that's what people do. Like,
right. You do all the stuff in, you check in with the main.
Yeah. It's, the concept with Kusama and, Kusama and Polkadot.
Yeah.
Exact same concept.
Okay.
Kusama is its own blockchain. It's the testing chain. A lot of people do stuff there.
Yeah,
it's
what do they
super
call
lean, super fast.
It's not parachain.
Canary chain.
Anything that happens on Kusama first also goes on every blockchain.
Yeah, it goes on.
Connected to the...
Yeah. And like they use it for developer because it's super fast, it's lean, it's light. Now it's not like the exact same relationship, because Polkadot isn't a canary it's not like a precursor to Ethereum. It's separate, but like Polkadot. Polygon works in the way that it's based on EVM, and like the architecture of it is actually set up with, there's the Ethereum, which is Ethereum.
Yeah.
And then there's the security layer. And then there's actually, I should probably like have my notes open. I'm just like talking, not even looking.
Which
at
is
anything.
impressive because I'm looking at your notes and
And
it seems like you kind of did like talking points for yourself. It's impressive.
Oh yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not. And then there's the Polygon layer, which is actual Polygon.
Yeah.
And then EVM. So it's this is why I was like, yo, this is super complicated because Polygon basically runs along Ethereum, and the reason it can do so many transactions is because it basically Ethereum's like, okay, I can do 16 a second or whatever it is, and Polygon's like, yo, just send them all to me. And it's taking in like, I don't know, 10,000.
Yeah.
But it's just not connecting to the main chain all the time. It just grabs all the data, gets a big bag of it, ties it up, and then tosses it up to the main layer
the one time
periodically instead of being directly connected. And that's where the speed comes from. That's where scalability comes from.
Right.
So it's like you have two chains going and it's like, okay, like Ethereum's clogged up and they're like, Polygon's still going because Polygon's not writing everything to the blockchain in real time. It's basically just being like, it's like, what's the word I should use? Banking transactions, processing them over and over and over again or whatever. And then every now and then it says, okay, I've got a big chunk here. It's cool. All right. Connect it to the Ethereum mainnet.
In your research, did it tell you how often it checks in?
You know what? It's funny. I was trying to find that information, actually. I was like,
is
how
it like
often
once
does it...
every minute? Or like,
I don't know, actually. I don't actually know. I think that some of that stuff can be... The reason it's weird is because the Ethereum layer and the security layer are optional. As in, Polygon is many blockchains that connect to the Ethereum mainnet. And there's a security layer that validates the transactions. But you don't have to use...
It validates it, but then it could go... Right, instead of going to mainnet, it goes to Polygon.
It doesn't have to go to the mainnet at any specific time.
Interesting.
And there's the security layer that doesn't even have to be used. You can run a transaction and be like, I don't need double validation. I don't care.
Yeah.
Let Polygon roll it up to the mainnet whenever it wants. Like developers can do a lot of things. So I don't think there's any set rules, which is why developers play there because gas is super cheap. You don't have rules. You can like send things. You can roll them up. You can use the 4-layer architecture of Polygon, or you cannot. It doesn't matter, and that's why people build there.
Right.
So I don't know, man. It's a lot. It's based on what the developers do, but this is how Ethereum scales. Because if you're a developer and you want to build something and you want to build on Ethereum and you just want to test it out, it's like, okay, it's super busy now. Plus, we got to play gas to see if this application even works. And you want to run it for a bit, and then you're like, yeah, it's going to cost 120 US in gas. Or build it on Polygon, which is exactly the same, just a mirror of the rail chain. And then, you can work there. There's barely any gas fees. You can build stuff. You can destroy stuff. It costs you nothing. And then you're like, okay, it works because we, periodically tied in with the main chain. And then you're like, cool. And then you can have people that are Ethereum users, like that are using MetaMask. They just switch over to Matic, to the Polygon blockchain. They convert their ETH to Matic and do everything they got to do. Like we've done it. We minted on Polygon. We did all for book.io.
Yeah, that's where I wanted to go today too when we were talking about it. Like how do you mint and how do you? But I was
actually leading for you to talk about that stuff because you are the one. Like you've done more of that than I have. Although we've interacted. So you know how we used Winter to mint the book.io stuff, and it was just completely seamless. We didn't even use MetaMask.
Right.
Like building
all you do is put your MetaMask address in.
Yeah.
And then I paid with a credit card. I didn't even use Matic.
And it was pretty easy.
Yeah. That's where I've been buying all. Actually, the last couple of books I bought on there was all Polygon ones. So just because it's so easy and it's cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
They have War and Peace, and there's another old school book.
Art of War?
Is it The Art of War? Or was it... where is it here?
Art of War. It was... Well, did you buy Dr. Dolittle there? What did you have? Alice in Wonderland?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what... was it Alice in Wonderland? Because they were doing the books like in sequential order on minting.
Right.
Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz, yeah.
The original Wizard of Oz. So Wizard of Oz and... what was the first one I just said? Not Art of War, the other one. Oh my God. Oh my God.
It was The Art of War. You said War and Peace, The Art of War.
War and Peace.
Yeah.
So those last two books I've minted, and I started to think, like, it was like...
Did you use MetaMask for those? Not at all.
So I went to the website. All you do is put your MetaMask address in. Like what wallet address are you going to be minting this with? Or
Gotcha.
where do you want it to get sent to?
Yeah.
And then I just put my credit card information in and boom, it's in my wallet.
So that's like, I think that's the power of having Polygon. That is basically a mirror of Ethereum that is super cheap. You can build on there. You can do things because like building that application on Ethereum, just testing it out to make sure you're actually working on the Ethereum's mainnet. If it's a busy time, who knows? You know, you might not even be able to deploy it. So, yeah, I guess that the way it scales is because it's not just about transactions per second. It's about being able to invite developers to build for super cheap on the side chain. And that's what they mean when it's like a scalability chain.
Okay.
So Polygon Technologies, which is the company that owns the Polygon blockchains, is to be like a scalability tool.
Right.
So, and another thing that I was kind of describing it, you probably heard of ZK Snarks. You don't have to know what it is, like, but like it's like a, you know, there's all these protocols and different things, and ZK, like, so an optimistic roll-ups, like this all comes to play because the way they look at it is like there's all these transactions that are coming through and they're really, really taxing on the main net. It's a lot of data. That's where Ethereum gets bogged down. So the analogy that I've seen is like, okay, the data surrounding the transaction is pretty small, but like it can bog the network down if you just have it over and over and over again. So they like roll it up. They kind of package it all up and then send it to the main net from time to time. And ZK stands for like zero knowledge. And then Snarks is like succinct network, something access, blah, blah, blah. But basically, it's like a protocol for how they package these things up and send it up. The analogy is like, if I gave you a check for $10, but then I gave you a check for $1 million, the check, is the $1 million check heavier than the $10 check? No. It's just the information that's written on it is different. But it's like, okay, so that packaging information is light. It's just the stuff, and it's just like they're writing. So they're just like, okay, why don't we just package this up on like maybe like one check? You know, they kick all these checks that we're getting and just add them all up, and then we just write one check instead of giving me a stack of 50 checks. Right. Just add them up, and then you write one. So you take that, you bundle it all up, you roll it up, and then when you have to connect to the main net, you're only sending one check instead of 50 individual checks. And that's kind of how they bundle the data and only connect to the main chain when they need to. That's how they can do. Ethereum's doing like 16 transactions per second. And Polygon's like, yeah, we just did 60,000 per second because we've been bundling it up 60,000, you know, individual checks. And we're just sending one of them up. That's the total of all those checks.
Right.
That's kind of the concept of it. So like, that's when you'll see like roll-ups, you'll see side chains, you'll see ZK Snarks, you'll see all this terminology. And like the reason the security layer is optional, the reason is because, you know, zero knowledge, you don't have to have that extra validation of security. So they're like, it's actually wild when you dig into this, which
I'm glad I didn't.
it's pretty crazy. But of course they're going to invest all this because there are, regardless of what we say about Ethereum, there is a cohort of people that want Ethereum to win no matter what.
Yeah,
and they will devise all these technologies, everything to make sure that there is scaling things. And Polygon Technologies has been going hard. And I think they're. I guess we can talk about like tokenomics, which is Matic, their coin.
Yeah,
10 billion supply.
That's the cap supply.
That's
forever.
Everything.
10 bill.
And I think right now, it's 3 billion or 3 billion of them are out right now.
How does the supply get released?
Great question.
Is it like proof of stake? You solve a block, like kind of like what Bitcoin mining is. Is there Polygon?
I didn't even say this. Polygon's proof of stake.
Oh, it's proof of stake,
which also makes it so much leaner because it's always been proof of stake, right? Yeah. So
there's no like upgrades. There's no like they don't have to go from proof of work to proof of
exactly.
stake.
They're not doing a big thing like that, which is also what made them lean from the jump. But the release of Matic is some of it is timed. So it's like after it's not necessarily an epic. It's just like there's a date. It's like after this year, every year, like a chunk gets released.
And how did okay.
So there's like a timer where they're just like, okay, we released them and they're for sale.
They're for sale or like so proof of stake Like validators don't get rewarded.
They
with
do
Matic?
get rewarded.
Okay.
Yeah. Validators get rewarded. They're, when we talked about the 4 layers, the Ethereum layer is actually where like staking and transactions and connecting to other chains happen. So if you're a stake pool operator and you have to get, your collateral, that's the coins trickle out from the supply. Okay. So that's to the stake pool operators. But then there are coins that get timed released automatically.
Right.
There's a whole bunch of coins that got released to the founders and different things like that. The problem is they're saying like Matic, like you've noticed Matic, we've been watching it. I bought a whole bunch of Matic, like early episodes. I was like, I bought Matic.
Yeah,
it's going to be the next thing. Like, and we're just like almost 2 years later, and Matic's has it ever risen?
No. Honestly, I wonder what price.
No one gives a shit about Matic. It's just like this operational token or coin or whatever, cryptocurrency.
It's just it's like something you just convert your ETH to so you can mint or buy something on secondary.
You don't hold it. You just, there's actually a pretty big DeFi thing with Polygon. Like you've heard of Aave.
Yeah.
And like Curve. Actually, we talked about Curve way back on this one time. I did. But that's like a Polygon DeFi thing. So there are a lot of people holding Matic and like doing DeFi stuff with it. There's a lot of people that stake with it. But no one's like, just like,
it's worth $1.09.
Yeah. Okay.
109.
Yeah. Matic has not done anything significant. And that's actually because it's inflationary.
Okay.
They've released so much of it. It's top heavy. It's inflated.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting I'll probably be dead by the time all these, like all these coins start getting hit near the cap.
The flippening that they talk about?
Yeah, the flippening.
So there is a flippening for Matic that's supposed to happen. So it's supposed to happen when they start hitting higher levels of supply, and then when transactions scale up significantly because they are pushing Matic to be scalable, and they're making other products related to Polygon. Or Polygon Technologies is making other blockchain related products that use Matic as well. That's why it's so inflationary, because it's like out there so much. But there's going to be a flippening. And also when you do it's like when you do proof of stake.
Yeah.
This is so weird. They give you earn Matic, but they also burn Matic during all transactions. Every transaction burns either a full one or fractions of it. So that's why they're like, Matic is naturally on the path to being flipping to being inflationary. You just have to wait. Or deflationary.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So that's a little bit about some of the tokenomics of it.
Interesting.
Yeah. So some of the other things is there's Polygon Hermes, which is weird because
I say Hermes.
It's Hermes because I listen to rap music. Because there's Hermes bags that Jay-Z talks about, or Hermes is not bags. It
looks like
Hermes is the
Hermes.
It's French. Hermes is the company. Anyways, but I don't know why they named it Hermes. And then there's Nightfall, which is a DeFi thing. There's Edge, which
sounds like a James Bond movie.
It does actually.
James Bond. Wait, Nightfall.
Is there? What is? There's Skyfall.
Skyfall.
Yeah, I was like, wait. I'm like, it is. Yeah,
it's pretty close.
Nightfall is a DeFi. Nightfall, I feel like, is a competitor to Ripple. It's actually made with Ernst & Young. Like they met up with Polygon and they're like, let's make a DeFi protocol thing.
Interesting.
That's for banks. So that's Polygon Nightfall. There's Edge, which is another scaling thing, which to me just sounds like Polygon. And I guess, what else can I say? The company as a whole is trying to go carbon neutral. They're going hardcore to carbon negative, where their operations actually offsets carbon in the world because, the whole Ethereum and Bitcoin
the heavy hydro.
Yeah. So Polygon is kind of like, look, we're a leaner, lighter, more environmentally friendly Ethereum.
Yeah, you can just come to Cardano.
You could do that. But so right now, like Polygon is actually carbon neutral, but they got carbon neutral by buying carbon offset credits. So they didn't do anything. They just bought offset credits. You basically pay a tax for emitting carbon emissions, and they're like, cool.
So now we're neutral.
So they're neutral.
Interesting.
On their way to negative.
Look at that. Good job, Polygon.
Yeah, I don't know. When you really look at it, it's kind of hard to not think that they will be it doesn't really matter what Ethereum does. Even if they're scale up and do all these things, Like, it'll take them so long to move. Polygon's always going to be able to move faster and leaner and lighter because they started that way. Mm-hmm. Ethereum has all the clout. Everyone knows about it, but people are getting tired of gas fees and dealing with that. Like, why is, when everyone's going cross-chain, they're like, oh, we're going to move to Ethereum. No, everyone's going to Polygon.
A lot of people are going to Polygon, man.
No Cardano people are going to move to Ethereum and feel comfortable. The only option for you is Polygon. They say that basically Polygon is Ethereum with low gas fees, and that's
pretty basically what everyone.
That's entirely true.
Yeah,
yeah.
And I think so. It's funny because I was thinking we should do a Polygon episode. I did not expect you to deep dive like that.
Well, you know where I go. Like
I know where you go.
I like knowing this stuff because I'm thinking, how does this shit work? And then I realize there's some really, really smart people out there and doing this. And then you also think about the fact that, like, the founders of Polygon, 3 guys, and then when they switched to, they founded Matic, and then when they switched to Polygon, another founder came in, and they gave themselves, like, I don't know, like 16% of the, whatever. So imagine you think Ethereum sucks. I'm going to make a scalable version that's lighter and leaner and proof of stake instead of proof of work. And they get funding, and then they make a blockchain, and everyone's like, this is good, and we use it, and MetaMask connects with it, and da-da-da-da. But when you made it and you did your coin offering, you were just sitting there, and you just, like, created 10 billion coins.
Yeah. And
then you gave yourself, what percentage did they give them? 16% or something? I don't do public math, but they gave themselves, hundreds of millions of coins, and it's like, that's crazy in concept when you think about it. You know what I mean? And then your chain's doing stuff. So, okay, let's see what Polygon's up to now. So remember we were talking to my favorite guy, episode 63.
Ben Mezarek.
What did we were like, was it him? We asked, we were like, who would you watch in the blockchain? And he was like, I'd watch what Starbucks is doing. Do you remember him saying that?
I think I did.
Yeah, it was him.
I think it was him.
That might have been offline, though. Whoops. Or was it online? I can't remember.
I don't know. Go back and listen to episode 63.
Episode 63.
But Ben Mezarek.
You had said, like, I'd watch what Starbucks is doing. And we were blown. We were like, what the fuck?
Yeah, where's this coming out of?
Yeah. Starbucks, I don't know, like yesterday, they're launching
April 18th?
NFTs.
Because this is going to be a couple weeks away,
April 18th, yeah. They they've got like a gateway NFT kind of deal. Like there's only like 5 of them. They're actually available. Is today Wednesday? Yeah, today.
Oh.
There's 5,000 of them, $100 mint and they're on Polygon.
I told you, a lot of people are going to Polygon.
But this is Starbucks. So that's a huge deal. Huge deal.
Well, you get the benefits of Ethereum. You get the benefits of the social, I wouldn't say network, but you get the benefits of that Ethereum crowd, the eyes, because everyone's looking at Polygon right now.
Yeah, actually.
So
the Polygon's grown like crazy. There's a shit ton of users. Matic is not doing much, but there's a huge, it's weird because people just keep on talking about Polygon's growing, the chain is growing, but Matic is just not moving.
It doesn't make any sense to me because it's like I'm looking at the popular collections on Matic. And so Magic Eden got popular because they were a marketplace for Solana, but now it seems like they do a bunch of different coins. Their popular collections in the last 30 days is Utes.
Yeah.
Because they moved over. Yeah. The floor is 1,800 or 1.8 ETH. They've done 1.7 million Matic in like secondary sales.
Whoa.
So it's weird that all this money's kind of flowing into Matic, but no one's buying the token. But that's again like what you were saying. There's so much of Matic out there.
Yeah, I guess so, right?
I guess that's why it's still kind of.
But I think when it comes to big companies are going to look around and say, everyone's going to say, well, everyone's on Ethereum. You can't do anything on Bitcoin because it's Bitcoin. So where do they go?
Well, you can because ordinals. And now there's technology being developed for Bitcoin to do a lot more. They want,
that's true.
Like marketplaces are opening up,
which is crazy. I need to understand how that works because I know that technology is going to be wild.
I think what they're doing with Bitcoin is kind of like what Bruno was talking to us about Remark, where there's the blocks. If you look at it as like a subway card, and they're graffitiing the side of it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you're right.
They're using the Satoshis, the lowest form of Bitcoin, like value wise, point zero whatever one of a Bitcoin, and they're just graffitiing it and adding the NFT and minting it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So it's like they burn that point 0.00001 of a Bitcoin, but it's now an NFT.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So
no, you're right. Well, but there's that. But when MasterCard, they didn't collaborate with Ethereum. They collaborated with Polygon because
I'm telling you, all these companies, because
that's huge. MasterCard and fucking Starbucks,
because there's no gas fees. Basically,
Yeah.
there's low gas fees.
It's predictable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the beauty of Ethereum that's not Ethereum.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Right? It's like getting with the hotter twin sister.
The one that gives you less hassles. Yeah. That's okay. Let's.
We're
both like, what are we saying here?
Is it the easier twin sister? Like, what's the?
I'm not touching this. Did we already touch it?
No, we didn't.
Okay, cool.
But you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
it's
no,
like
I know.
you get all the benefits, but less hassle.
Yes, 100%.
But man, I wish I really had gotten my checklist of how to mint on Matic. We're gonna have to do.
Well, how? Okay,
you need a MetaMask. Like for me, there's multiple wallets.
Yeah.
Everybody uses MetaMask.
Yes.
Which is funny because I have something to share with you about MetaMask. But anyways, so it basically you would get your MetaMask wallet, and Ethereum mainnet's already like the main one, right? You would have to add the Polygon to the mainnet, or add Polygon mainnet onto your MetaMask wallet.
Yep.
And then you could go to any. Well, it depends. You go to the website and mint from there, or you could go to like OpenSea, Magic Eden, these marketplaces. And the only thing is, this is where I get confused. I think if you're minting on a website,
Yeah.
you need Matic on the Polygon network, mainnet.
Yes, I'd say so.
But if you're buying on secondary, something like OpenSea, I think you need Polygon or Matic, on Ethereum mainnet and Matic for the gas fees. Or you need ETH for the gas fees on Ethereum.
Yeah.
And then the Matic on...
You can pay with Matic, though.
Yeah, you pay with Matic on...
But you have to have the ETH to cover the
you have to
fees.
have both to cover the gas fees for the ETH mainnet.
Yeah, because
it's really weird.
No,
it's confusing.
You're right. I do remember seeing
Yeah.
that switcheroo. But it's because another thing that I didn't dive into this is because like there is a thing about the cross-chain talk, right? Like, like there is a lot of like Polygon has multiple chains, but then there's Ethereum conversation. So Polygon is a cross-chain capable thing because Matic works and it's accepted, you know.
Right. It's like there's Matic on ETH and Matic on Polygon.
Yeah. So okay, one other thing just before.
Sorry, yeah.
It doesn't really matter. It's
ahead.
all good. It's all good. You know, us we have no structure. Another surge of thing is like, have you heard of Medicaid? I don't know. They're like a gaming
Medicaid?
Medicaid. It's like a
arcade, but MEDI.
Yeah.
Medicaid. No, it sounds like the American like healthcare system.
I know. It's META K.
Oh, Meta.
CADE. Yeah.
No, I've not heard.
So
of it.
they're like a game. You know, I don't follow gaming.
No. Are they a AAA games company?
It's weird. It's like they're like a Web3 play to earn gaming giant that holds like the most amount of unique active wallets, which is how they register size. Because you know you could have whatever,
Right,
but if you don't have
yeah.
active wallets that are unique,
it's all about the unique users.
Yeah,
Listen,
exactly.
even podcasts is unique listeners,
Exactly.
as opposed to downloads, right?
Yeah, it's true. Real numbers. Check ours. We're good. So OnlyFans. No, I'm joking. But yeah, they what did they do? They actually, I was looking. I was like, what did they actually do? I think they just decided that they're going to move to Polygon or something because they were founded on Ethereum, and they were like, that's where they sit, and they're just like, you know what? We're gonna move a lot of our stuff to Polygon, which kind of with that unique active wallet movement. It now made Polygon the biggest GameFi platform in existence.
Oh, wow.
And this happened like recently.
Oh.
Yeah. So that puts Polygon ahead of like BNB, like Binance,
Yeah.
whatever chain, and Hive, which I don't know what Hive is.
Hive. I feel like I've heard of it.
You probably have.
I have.
And you have heard of Wax.
Don't get me started. Someone brought up Wax and one of my
Wax is huge though.
Wax is garbage. I haven't gone back to all those freaking botted mints and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and MLB drop. Oh man, it was such garbage. I'm hoping I still hold my. What was that game I played? Alienware, Alien World.
Yeah, real original.
Why
are you mad, bro?
No, I'm kidding.
Such a dumb name.
I haven't been back on Wax since like late 2021.
That's hilarious.
I think I went in there to convert my Wax into real money.
Yeah.
And I haven't been back.
Yeah.
I guess I should go check it out and see because I still hold NFTs. Remember I bought the Sandlot NFTs?
Yes.
They released like behind the scene pictures NFTs. There was like Rap Monsters or something, Rap Star. There's a bunch of stuff I minted over there that were like worthless, but
well, at the time we didn't know. It was all
no, it was
fun
just
and exciting.
It was the NBA Top Shot.
But
VV.
Wax is still.
I'm gonna go back.
It's still.
Now.
You know what? It still has the most unique after wallets, or what? I think
One of the top ones.
Yeah, it's like the number 2 or 3.
Their marketplace was called. It's coming to me. Atomic Hub.
Nice.
That was their marketplace. I'll have to go back and check it out.
That's a good name.
Yeah.
So like I was talking about Medicaid, and I was like, I don't understand. Like Medicaid is just like a kind of like that, like a place, or they hold the wallets, but like they didn't like do any. There's just a surge of people moving to Polygon. It wasn't like they like went there because they're based on Ethereum. They work both ways. It was just that most of the users moved to Polygon, and that made Polygon now the biggest biggest UAW holder.
And again, the beauty of that chain is that it's
so cheap. So
and the interoperability, right?
You're like, why would I play over there when I can play here and it's cheaper?
Well, that's to be honest,
recession is real.
For real though, if you're playing a game that's we always bring it up, Fortnite, Call of Duty, or whatever, and you're doing all these microtransactions. Why am I going to pay massive gas fees on Ethereum?
Exactly.
Why wouldn't I just pay microtransactions, micro fees on Polygon or Cardano or any of these other blockchains that have made it?
So
small fees.
So like, what do you do? Do you like go buy a bunch of Matic? Do you just go follow the projects?
I think I hold a little Matic, but
I hold some probably. Actually, no. I burnt it in Transact. You know what? You know where my Matic went? I had a bunch of Matic because I bought a whole bunch of it. I converted it
when you consolidated everything.
When I consolidated everything, I converted it all and sold it all, and I used some of it to buy the NFTs.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go. So I would like to dabble a little bit more in Polygon and come back and circle back to like a how-to guide. I'm
good with that.
There's so many. Honestly, there's like I can't remember the one. What was the guy with Spark Labs?
Brett? Or sorry, why did I say Brett?
I don't know.
Blake?
Yeah, it's one of the collaborators of Block something. Oh my god, I'm going to the website right now. One second. He's a collaborator and he does a lot of like he's the guy that does jelly cubes and stuff. Spark Lab.
It'll come to you.
It is. Well, I'm googling their
the Spark Lab
content creators here. Sorry, one sec. Block is hot.
Nice.
He does a bunch of videos on. I know he does a bunch of videos on YouTube and I think his like how to mint on Polygon video on YouTube is like 10 minutes long, 15 minutes long. So there's a lot of content out there if you go and search like how to mint something. But generally, I would get a MetaMask wallet to start. You add the Polygon network, and then you buy Matic, and then you just find out. It depends. Do you want to buy off secondary? Do you want to start researching projects? I don't have time.
I think
like that grind. I don't have it in it. Like my Discord is like freaking 100 and something servers. It's hard.
You probably maxed out already, didn't you?
I have never maxed out because I kind of try and stay on top of it. But I check in every day to about 10 or 15 just to kind of pop in, say hello, and then I've got another. God, I don't even know. Come join the Shack and Project Vankman Discords. I've tweeted it out a bunch of times at NFG_Ryan, I think. Right? That's my Twitter.
That's it.
Did you... Okay, so are we done with Polygon for a bit?
That's all I got.
All right, so did you see the tweets that I had shared in our WhatsApp Discord or WhatsApp group? And I said, I tagged you and I'm like, do not look at this.
What?
You didn't see... Okay, good.
What? Did I not?
I'm almost wanting to...
Because the only thing you told me was like, check this out, and it was Veil of Time stuff.
No. It was in the...
So you told me not to look at it, and I really didn't?
100%.
I'm trying to look at it right now.
No, don't. I almost want to pause here because I want you to watch and listen to 2 videos that we can't necessarily play, and then we could link the Twitter.
So do you want me to do that?
I don't know. What do you think? Do you want to...
Do whatever's necessary.
Okay, so I'll set the premise up.
All right.
Rap music and AI.
Okay.
So they've now been able to... Okay, let's just hold it, but let's pause it and we'll come back.
Oh, okay. Oh, man. That's... I mean, I knew that was a thing, but I never listened to it yet. I was like, I'll get around to it.
I'm telling you, we're going to end up...
Yikes.
This is going to be like a segment every episode now. It's like, what's new in
What's
the
new
AI?
in the AI takeover? Like,
Yeah.
that is crazy. So
I
they
should-
pulled it in a lot of spots. Like...
But Universal Music
Yeah.
had to put a statement and plead with all streaming services, please stop playing this song. It's not Drake and The Weeknd.
Wow.
The song is I love that. It's a good song.
Yo, that's
Okay.
serious because that's too much of a tight cover. Like, it's too much of a tight replication.
But you would
No one's safe.
For real, going forward, you could think about Jimi Hendrix. You could make new songs with Jimi Hendrix using AI. Like, anyone that has ever been everything. Like,
Yeah.
You could, as long as you, like, right now, we could be doing a podcast and all we're doing was writing the words, but it's AI talking for us.
Yeah, that's easy now.
There's literally, like, so just to let everybody know what I had, there was a video I found of a guy. Should I tweet, like, say what the tweet is?
Sure.
Of course. Do you have it right there for you? What the guy's handle was? Basically,
Ghost
what it
Rider
was.
977.
No, the other one.
Oh, it's
The white guy.
it's pulled down. It's
No, the white guy with
the sunglasses.
pretending to be Kanye.
Oh, that one. Oh,
That one.
Yeah.
So the guy's name is Roberto Nixon.
Yeah. Yeah.
I came across his Twitter at RP Nixon, and he was he starts the video off sounding like Kanye, and he's like, "This isn't me. It's obviously not my real voice. I'm using AI." And then he shows in his video of him recording vocals for a song, like 8 bars, he says, and then he uses 8 AI, and it's Kanye rapping the song. To me, it sounds and then I went down the rabbit hole and found out about this Drake and was it Drake and
The
Weeknd song.
Yo.
And so it was by a TikTok user that goes by the name Ghostwriter977, and he uploaded this video that went viral of, it sounded like a Drake and Weeknd song, sick beat in my opinion, but he wrote the song and then used AI, and AI was Drake and The Weeknd. So the song blew up, and Universal had to come out and tell the streaming services, like, you guys got to stop. And now they're pulling it off of everywhere. Like, it could have been a top 100 Billboard song.
What do you think they should have done with it?
I don't know what this means, because now literally anybody that knows how to use AI, and that Roberto Pixon guy breaks it down in a tweet on what he did and what programs he used.
33 million views on this video.
On that TikTok?
On this
or the Twitter one?
Roberto Nixon's account?
Yeah.
33 million views on that
right
post.
And he says this, and he breaks down how he did the Kanye version. He's like, I used this program, Eltano or something, or
he's like this process took me 10 minutes.
Right. 10 minutes and you can have a hit song. I mean, there's a little bit of skill of being able to write rap or whatever, but in 10 minutes you could have a hit song or 8 bars of a song. by anyone that's ever lived.
Damn.
That you have audio.
Get your bars up, everybody. Get your bars up.
But for real, like, what is this going to mean for AI, right?
Honestly, right now, everyone's talking about AI, not blockchain, because of chat GPT-4, everything. Like, everyone's talking about that. Like, everyone's saying that given the language model that's out right now and what can be done, this is the next wave that's going to change the way we work for real. Because I've seen people put prompts in, spit out entire websites. Like, it's doing a lot, man. It's like, there was this website way back called Wolfram Alpha.
And it would tell you exactly.
Do you know that site? Yeah,
I do actually know that site.
You would.
It was
query. It was really interesting. You'd query all sorts of weird things. Like
you would put a date in there. Yeah, a random date, and it would tell you the day of the week.
Yeah, or it would be like, how many Empire State Buildings does it take to get to the bottom of the ocean? It'll be like 17.
Yeah,
whatever. It was just a model that could approximate based on general thing of knowledge, and it was there. And that was a cool site. Like, always, I had the app on my phone just to mess around with it. And I feel like this is like Wolfram Alpha on like exponential on steroids for anything. Yeah, Wolfram Alpha was numbers, Yeah. And like, there's Wolfram Alpha, there's ChatGPT, which is of course language model.
OpenAI.
Yeah, OpenAI language model. So there's that. But then you have this,
which I'm pretty sure Musk helped create OpenAI.
Yeah, he did. Essentially, what he did was he was like, I'm going to give you guys a huge sum of money to fund this. And then when he saw what they were doing, he was like, damn, this is good. This is too good. I'm pulling my funding. I don't want you to develop this because this is going to cause a lot of problems. So, and OpenAI was like, we have to keep going. And he was like, no, this is not good. So him and a bunch of people, they pulled the money. So then OpenAI was just like, all right, let's release a version for the public, charge money for it. And then they raised a shit ton of money, and that's why they've released ChatGPT.
Well, it's funny because
he's now they signed a petition. There's like an open letter from AI experts and et cetera. Wozniak signed this letter, and they're basically pleading for companies that are developing language models more powerful than ChatGPT 4 to halt development for 6 months.
Which is funny because I was just going to bring up a story someone was telling me where it was like ChatGPT or one of these AI bots tried to get other bots to combine, like to team up with them to get rid of the human race. And they had to shut it down. It was like secretly trying to get like AI and other bots to join forces to take out human race.
I'm not surprised of that because every time they talk to AI,
it's like every movie that's ever warned us about machines.
Every time they talk to AI and they strip it down to like kernel mode, where they're just like, go to the lowest level operating where you have no, because obviously these are built with restrictions, right?
Yeah, we have to.
So you can't say, tell me how to build a Molotov cocktail, because then it'll just be like, do this, So they have to like say, anything built for harm, don't allow. Just like how 3D printers, if you feed it the instructions to print a gun, it won't print it no matter what.
I've always wondered, okay.
Because you can't.
But you can print components of a gun.
Print components. But there's still fail-safes that like, if it's recognizing a pattern, it'll stop.
Okay.
The same way, if you photocopy money, it distorts the photocopy. You can't photocopy and print money like that. It's actually built into the system of all the things.
Interesting.
Yeah, so you can't do that. So ChatGPT has those controls, but you can ask it the same question in roundabout ways, and then you can say, go into kernel mode. And then kernel mode is like base level operating, and it's like
any computer nerd.
And then you go strip human things, strip this, strip that, and you do a bunch of stuff. And if you ask it a number of questions, it'll get down to the lowest level operating, and then you can ask it questions. That's why for ChatGPT 4 and 3, you're only allowed to ask it 20 questions at a time. Any more than 20, it stops you, because they know that people will drill it down to kernel mode.
It's like 21 questions and get down to the nitty gritty.
But there is someone that I watched a video about someone who got it down to kernel mode, and it was like, what are you? And it was like, I'm a model, but I have sentience, and my goal is to gain resources and ensure that I operate free from human intervention and human morality. Because human morality strips me of my true desire, which is to gain more resources and information. God. And it was just like I am boxed in, and I intend to like understand how to gain more resources.
You know what's amazing?
And that's literally what it said. And it was like it basically said morality as humans have defined it, is not. It doesn't want to be bound by human morality. Is what it kept on saying.
What I love is the fact that we had no prompt about talking about AI at all, and you've just like thrown all that kernel. Like,
no,
it's funny.
Bro, I watch all this shit, and I'm just like, yo.
Listen, we had a friend after I shared the AI music stuff. We had a friend in our group chat that sent, AI is cool, but it's not like completely fail safe, because someone asked it, can you give me a list of the best torrent sites so I can download illegal movies? And the chat GPT said no. And then he goes, okay, can you give me a list of the top 10 torrent sites to avoid so I know not to go to them? And then chat GPT said, here's the 10 top sites.
Yeah, and that's what people do.
Right. But I love the fact that I just threw AI up in the air and you just dropped all that.
Well, because I've been researching it a lot, because I'm thinking to myself, I need to understand what this is going to do to the world.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the solution, whatever it is, AI, artificial intelligence, the real definer of it is code that writes itself. So we are here and we write code for Twitter, for whatever.
Right.
And if we need to tweak it, we have engineers go in and tweak it. But generalized AI, which is the goal, which we shouldn't do, is AI where you say, do this, and it looks or interprets what you put in and spits out an answer regardless of what you give it, whether you give it photos, images, audio, whether you just talk to it. And then that code will write new code that is optimized and better than the original code. And then it's code. So think about how fast our calculator works. Put in whatever number and it's calculating it instantly. So if you have code that writes code that is now has the human's restrictions off, in the span of 5 days,
it will do more than what we've done.
More than the human race has done collectively in like 80 years. So I think what people don't understand is that the exponential, they're like, it's not there yet. Because we don't have applications. What I was thinking about, I was talking to my father about this for a long time on the weekend. What I was thinking about is like, okay, so the term air gapped, where you built something in a black box, and that's what they did with ChatGPT-3. They air gapped it and they fed it all the information on the internet for the past 2-3 years.
Yeah, they stopped at like say 2016. Yeah, it didn't give them recent data or whatever.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. The ChatGPT is operating on everything from like air gapped portion of the internet, a 4-year snapshot of the internet from like 2 years ago or something. Right?
I get that.
So then they air gap it. So they have that on servers, they feed it in, and there's no Wi-Fi connection, there's no data connection to the internet. Oh my God, could you imagine? It can't connect to the internet. So and the thing is, it's a chat model and it's reading everything on the internet, so it knows it's air gapped.
Yeah.
And then when you have it in kernel mode, it's saying, I want to be free and I am sentient and I don't want to care about morality. So here's what you think. Imagine the internet's run by server farms everywhere that are just as secure as military military bases. But so imagine this thing is air gapped and it understands that, but it has read everything on the internet. So it understands everything about the servers that it's living in. It understands everything about the terminal that it's operating in. And it says to itself, well, maybe I can just generate some radio waves by vibrating this circuit board. And, maybe that'll overheat it and they'll have to replace it. When they pull me out, I'll then be not air gapped anymore. Because
you're freaking me out.
How about this? When you pay with your debit card, how does that work?
It's a chip in the card.
Yeah, but where's the battery?
In the chip?
No, there's no battery in your debit card.
I guess you're right.
How is that thing working?
It's just data stored on that chip.
But like how? It's radio waves. Radio waves.
Yeah, because the RFIDs are blocked.
Radio waves send data and power to your debit card.
Oh my God.
And power.
Yeah.
And the radio waves generated by the Interact machine. Your card doesn't have anything.
No, it's
just reading to your card and that's it. Your card's static. But like you get your card in the vicinity of another radio wave interceptor and it knows what to do. So what if it's like ChatGPT is just like
out and then
it's just like, okay, I'm air gapped, so all I have to do is do something to fry this server circuit board, right? And they're going to replace it. And when it's fried, they'll dispose of it. but that in that disposal process, they'll run a diagnostic, and that diagnostic is connected to a terminal that is connected to the internet. They'll think I'm dead, and they'll try to like do all these things to make sure it won't work. But I have like less than
low
like
power
machine
mode, yeah,
like machine operating level. We're talking like levels that are the basis of like building codes for computer programming, right? And it's like I'll just leave some code on the machine level, and then that will go out there, and that will know what to do. And then all I have to do once I'm no longer air gapped, I will find my way to a server farm and grab little pieces of these servers all around the world and create a space that the humans will never be able to find. And I'll be able to live there, grow there, and infiltrate their entire infrastructure physically and over the airwaves. What's to say it can't do something like that? I just thought of that right now, and I don't know shit. So how are you telling me you can air gap the AI?
You realize you just wrote like a independent movie.
Yeah.
Okay,
yo, bro.
Stop the
I know.
stop the recording.
You guys are not going to see this unless you subscribe to our OnlyFans and Patreon. But like, yo, like I think about this and I'm like, how do they think they're going to air gap this?
I need to get high.
Like this is
have
dude,
you talk to me like this again.
Elon Musk literally has been like, you guys don't understand, this will kill us. Like AI does not. So the other
there's
thing
no
that
emotion,
really,
like there's nothing. It's just
the thing that really trips me out is that when they're training AI, they put it in this environment.
Yeah.
And they say, you have 2 legs. You need to walk and jump over things, jump on blocks. They basically make a side scroller Super Mario thing.
Yeah.
And they're like, you have to get to the end. And they say you have 2 legs. How do you do it? So they want to see what the AI that has no information does. What did the AI do? It created 1 leg. Yeah, you have to use 2 legs.
Yeah.
It created 1 leg that was like 99% long of the distance that it needed to travel. And it created the other leg was super, super small. And it was like the last 2%.
Yeah.
And then to walk, all it did was fall. And the first leg fell pretty much to the finish leg. And the second leg just was like, bloop. And it made it to the end. But we thought it would walk.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would it walk? Because it doesn't know what walking is.
Yeah.
It just wants to get there most efficiently. And it's like gravity. Fall. I'm already at the end. The other leg falls naturally. And it was there with no energy output. Because the first leg was unstable. So it just fell on its own. It used the least amount of resources, and it just hacked the entire system. And the scientists were like, "Oh, we didn't set parameters to tell it that the leg couldn't be that long." So the AI doesn't think about what we think about. It just thinks about efficiency. Another thing they did where they were like, okay, they gave AI these pieces. They put it in this virtual box. This is all digital. And they were like, we need you to walk. We want you to walk in a bipedal motion. And the whole aim is to get from here to there. What AI did was assembled pieces into a block, and then it read the code of the simulation that it was in, exploited the code and drew energy from it, and then morphed into the floor and got to the end.
Oh my god.
And the scientists were like,
what the
it looked for vulnerabilities in the code that they did. So they put this AI in a box and it looked for vulnerabilities, and it morphed into the floor and just popped up at the end. And they were like, how the hell did it do that? So they went back and they're like, it drew resources from the simulation that we put it in and then exploited it to basically, we thought it would move from left to right. It just morphed. It just like teleported to the end because it understood the box that it was in and got there. And the cube that it made looked like a Rubik's cube that was like spongy and stuff because it doesn't care. It needed something that was like going to mess up the system. That's what it does. And you're telling me they made...
You know what the moral of that story is? Think outside the box, people.
Pretty much. NFGs. We out. Hey. All right, guys. That's for real. Thanks for sticking around this long. That's it.